Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bom dia, alegria, Montenegro. Good morning, Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and about a whole 5 minutes. Well, I'm not going to say late. It's 8 o'clock Portuguese time. How you doing, everybody? Relax, calma, tranquilo. How you doing? Real life in Portugal this morning with our friends Nuno and Raquel. It's that Wednesday of the month. So we'll look forward to chatting with them. How are the true, authentic Portuguese preparing for Christmas? We'll find out from Raquel and from Nuno a little bit later on, around 8:20, which isn't far from now. How you doing, boss Jackie, Gemini? Peter's here as well. Oh, nice being in a hot tub. Not done that in years. Oh, is that Peter? Is that the lifestyles of the rich and famous, perhaps, going on there? Yeah, bon dia to you, Jackie, to Gemini. Where is Peter then this morning? What a beautiful, sunny and warm morning it is. Where are you, Pete? After being in the hot tub until 1 a.m., it's a human soup in there, isn't it? With human skin as like a big old stock cube. We are feeling soft and supple. Hope you're having a great morning. Absolutely. Over here, and Pete, bloody freezing here, boy. I am. What was that? Would that have passed in Cardiff as a Welsh accent there, Jackie? I'm off to get the dog groomed shortly. Bless her. How's she doing? That's fantastic news. About your little Shih Tzu. Fantastic. Let's take a look. Let's go straight over, shall we, to the Portugal Club this morning, where I've got a few things prepared for you. I would like. Oh. Carusticating. Does anyone know what that means? I interviewed Paul Rees yesterday, and I think he said carusticated or carusticating. He's a very learned chap with a very interesting life. He was my big interview yesterday for the Portugal Resident, and that'll be published later on this afternoon at 3 o'clock. He's a great bloke to talk to, as you know, because we speak to him here on the Good Morning Portugal show. But a little bit more about the man behind the column, the man behind Rural Properties. Paul Rees chatted to him yesterday, and I think it was carusticating, which I just nodded during the conversation. And I did say at the end of our chat, I'll have to look that up. Carusticating Peter. You might know what that means. And also the author, the writer who's been here for many years, Len Port, came up in a conversation. And I'd like to chat with Len Port, if anyone can put me in touch with Len Port. All sorts of wonderful things came up in the conversation. Upminster Travel, who were in some way responsible for, I think, the idea of package travel to the south of Portugal and played their part in making the Algarve better known around the world. Upminster Travel, I'd like to do a little bit of a special on Harry Chandler and wife Renee, or Reenie, I suppose, or Reenie. Harry and Irene. Reenie, I suspect, is who they were, of Upminster Travel, organising package tours. And I think they were known for flying everybody in. Would have been a prop plane. What is it, a BAC 111? Was that been a propeller plane on board? Catering was smoked salmon and steak when people flew over from England. Along with the Lord brothers, they chartered a BAC, British Aerospace Corporation, 111 for the winter of 1966-1967. I found out yesterday. But the Lord brothers pulled out and Harry had to go out alone. And he did. Winter business had arrived in the Algarve, albeit small. Harry recalled, when we put the first charter flights into the Algarve in 66, we served smoked salmon and steak on board. To realise how far we've come since the early days of travel, freedom of the skies, etc., bear in mind that in 1966, there was a law called Provision 1. You weren't permitted to sell a package holiday at less than the cost of a normal scheduled return airfare. The state-owned airlines didn't want businessmen using a package holiday to get a cheaper air ticket. How about that? By this time, Harry had become chairman of the influential Tour Operator Study Group in 71. The CAA relaxed this rule, but only for winter travel. That was at Provision 1. So fascinating to think that's how it all began, or that was part of the story, maybe the genesis of mass tourism in the Algarve. So I will return to them, the Chandlers. But for this morning, let's go to the Portugal Club and ask you another well-formed question, I have to say. This is very good. It's not a trick question. Well, It's a tricky question. Let me bring it onto the screen for you so you can take a look. In our anticipation of talking to Raquel and Nuno this morning, our Portuguese BFFs who will tell us how to prepare like a proper Portuguese for Christmas. We'll check in on their preparations. That's if they that's if they're in any way ready. How long now till does it feel we sang a few Christmas songs at the karaoke party, but I'm not feeling it yet. Got a little bit of a road trip coming up. Maybe that will help us get Casa months and Familia months and get more into the festive spirit. But with 8 days to go, I'm not really feeling it yet. I don't know if that's a personal thing or national or global thing. What about you? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Right, the Portuguese citizenship test question. And where have we got to now with this citizenship nationality thing? How many years? How bad a criminal do you have to be, etc. I still don't really know. And I think Raquel will certainly be addressing that this morning in her understanding of it. 77 then, Portuguese citizenship test question 77. What is the name of the volcanic archipelago west of mainland Portugal? Now, option C is the Belengas Islands. They are west of mainland Portugal, but the clue may well be in volcanic. Now, the Madeira Islands are volcanic, but are they west of Portugal? And then there's the Azores, option A, west of Portugal and possibly volcanic too. What do you think? Let me know. I will put the link to that if I can get behind the AVG pop-up that's just come onto my screen here. I don't think you can see that, can you? Right. Oh, and what's happened to me backdrop there? Oh, I was messing about with Christmassy things behind me there. I think they're all gone now. Let me just put that's better. The blue skies of Portugal. One of the 300 blue sky days of Portugal. Just popping the link to that into the chat there. The Western Archipelago, or west of Portugal anyway, that is volcanic as well. How are you doing, Mel? Good to be in correspondence with you. And thank you for thinking of us, by the way. The message you sent me over the weekend, that was very kind of you. Coruscated isn't a standard English word, might mean coruscating, which means sparkling with flashes of light, or metaphorically brilliant and witty, or even severely critical. A coruscating view. I'll take that. I think that's probably what he said. Coruscating. There's your English word of the day this morning. Very good. What's going on here? That's brilliant. Hold on a minute. I've missed out a bit of the chat. What are you talking about in the chat? Apart from it being bloody freezing on the waterways of Portugal. I'm not sure what T-Duck's referring to there, but we'll take that as well. That's brilliant. That is awesome news. I think it's a little doggo going to the groomers today. That is awesome news. We are addicted to watching grooming videos. Girls with the dogs. She grooms for free. Dogs, cats, pigs, you name it. And mainly rescues to make sure they get adopted. Oh, nice. I wasn't aware of that genre at all. I'm feeling festive for the first time since I left Australia. Been preparing little prezzies for neighbours. How lovely, Mel. Great to hear that. And I suppose a Christmas in Australia is essentially summery, is it not? So interesting to find yourself on this side of the equator and in a country that takes Christmas very seriously. Is that what's happened? But although you've been here for a few years, what's different this year? Coruscating. Brilliant. Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Hive Mind, Adrian and T-Duck notably there. And you're going for A on that. Yeah, I would as well. Pop over there and give that a vote, if you will. Bom dia todos e feliz quarta. A misty day here in Blighty. Shopping today for our family get-together on Sunday. Nice one, Coach Turner. How many are you expecting for lunch on Sunday? Can you squeeze a few more in? Also had some news on my way back from Portugal. We're due to have yet another grudge. I like the way you put that. Yet another one. Oh, bless the little being. Fantastic. Oh, my WhatsApp's disappeared over here. That's not good news, because I was going to try and find your the photograph that you sent me yesterday. Our running joke when you sent me. I think it was. Did this arise when you sent me a lovely sunset from the UK? And I say that's what we call Tuesday here in San Martino de Porto. Is that how our running jokes work? There. But I knew exactly what you meant when you sent me that photo of the beautiful sunset that you captured while you were here over the weekend. Let me see if I can just get this WhatsApp to connect with my phone here. I'd like to do that, if I may. And have a blooming good cough behind the scenes as well. Studio logged out. Okay, that'll account for it then. And yeah, bear with as I go through high security with me just checking into my own stuff, thumbprints, QR codes, all kinds of stuff going on here. It will be, I'm sure someone's done the maths on the amount of inconvenience caused to the owners of their own information in the face of fraud and hacking and so on. It's bizarre, isn't it? It really is. But anyway, let's not get into that right now. Okay, it looks like I have linked my WhatsApp device so I can show you this beautiful sunset that the coach sent to me. Let me just find that though. Thank you for all your correspondence on 913-590-303. I think that's gone some way into the bulging sack of correspondence there, coach. There we go. In San Martino, they call this Sunday. Cool. I found it. Just got to save it and bring it onto the screen for you now. Yeah. Any other things of beauty? Do send them in. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up, in the new year, going to be a whole lot more beauty to share. I think it's really important, isn't it? The message that life is good and beautiful. We will be singing the praises of all that is good and great, putting the emphasis on Good Morning Portugal for 2026. Had a few different ideas about how to roll in 2026, and that's the one that feels most comfortable, is to really look for the good and praise it, talk about what's fabulous here in Portugal. However, I can't find your picture that you sent me there. Let me save that again. Yeah, putting the emphasis on the good in Good Morning Portugal for 2026. It just somehow feels that that's what we should be doing over here. I know the Peter is looking for a video. No wonder it can't find it. It was a still that you sent me, wasn't it, Coach? So bear with, a little bit longer. Better be worth it, hadn't it? This lovely photograph from the coach here. Congratulations to all concerned with that great news there, Coach. And there it is, the big reveal, the beautiful sunset. Was that Sunday evening in San Martino de Porto, looking out from the Concha Hotel, I believe, over towards. Would that be? I guess yeah. That is the sea, isn't it? Just kind of slightly. I'm thinking that you're looking towards Nazaré, I guess, with that beautiful picture there in the early evening. Was there a murmuration of starlings as well? It looks like one of those skies that with the sound and sight of a flock of birds getting ready to go south might be part of that picture there. I'm going to leave that on the screen while we talk a little bit more about Australian Christmas. Nuno's getting ready behind the scenes. He's joining us as well this morning. Bon dia from Kate as well. Bon dia, alegria de tomar. Thank you for your hilarious run of memes. You're a one-woman advent calendar, Kate. We'll go to that. Brilliant. That made me chuckle this morning when I saw your latest contribution over at the Portugal Club. What is different this year is having neighbours who talk with me. So a feeling of community. Well, there you go. That's festive spirit right there, isn't it? So a feeling of community and being part of the thoughts and kindness being shared. How lovely. It'll be double figures for grandchildren. Fantastic. Who are you? Number 10. If anyone, pass the remote control. If anyone is looking for a lovely dog, get yourself to Saya Municipal Dog Rescue Centre. Tell George that Jackie sent you. He's amazing. Wow, you're outreaching already to Saya from your waterway base in the UK. Fantastic. Well done there, well, Jackie. Yeah, if you want a rescue dog, Saya Municipal Dog Rescue Centre. And George is who you're looking for. Say Jackie sent you. Yes, Australia, normally hot, beach, prawns, cold meat, salad, pav. Is that short for pavlova? Trifle, chocolates, and long, hot, sunny days in mid-30 degrees. That's not Christmas, is it? That is wonderful, Mel. We feel the same here. Really looking forward to the bonfire and struggling with our Portuguese until the beer and overconfidence kicks in. That's the way to do it. There is a fabulous community spirit here in our little village, as there is all over Portugal, and it's easy to get involved despite some language issues. Are you doing anything with the bike club? Is Matty here as well? Turn me back for a moment. Did Matty sneak in? And how are you feeling, Matty? You feeling better this morning? Yes, the starlings were very loud. Yeah, there you go. A murmuration, blessed with a murmuration as well. You're a fecund bunch. No offense. Yes, they are. What must be something in the water around the Turner family there, into double figures on the grandchildren then. Oh, yes, Matty is here. Bom dia, alegria a todos e feliz quarta-feira. Bon dia to you as well, Matty. I hope you're feeling better and that the medication has kicked in. This is what Matty's on at the moment. If you want a serving suggestion, he's on the Grippestad, everybody. Ibuprofen and what is that? Phenylephrine. Wonder what that is. So there you go. That's anyone struggling with the man flu at the moment. It seems, I think it's working for Matty, is it not? You've got 16 comprimidos in there, revestidos por película. Whatever that means. I think that's what the 16 tablets wrapped in film, possibly there for your analgesic delight. Yes, I hope you're feeling better there. Thanks for asking, Carl. He says, yes, I'm a bit better, but it's not over yet. No. Oh, my goodness. Hang on in there. Carl, I've been to the rescue centre with the Portuguese. So the Portuguese has a connection with the one in Saya. I chose one dog that's been there many years and we'll have a few more. So you've already got your name on one of the dogs. I bet that pooch is looking forward to you coming over to Portugal. Couple of quick things then before we go to Raquel. Let's stay with the Portugal Club and a few things that I popped up this morning before the show start. Brazilian, I was really interested to see that Brazilians living in Europe. This little map came up. Obviously, a big Brazilian population in Portugal. 513,000, it would appear. 161,000 next door in Spain. But in the UK, look at this. Nearly 250,000 Brazilians. I didn't realise that. I met so few Brazilians. I think the first João I ever met was in UK, possibly Brazilian. But look at that. And is that just 600 Brazilians in Russia? Oh, it could be, couldn't it? But look at that, nearly 250,000 in my native UK and 513,000 here in Portugal. Shout out to the Brazilians this morning. Bom dia to you. Now, every time I see a list like this, I'm thinking to myself, where's Portugal? And actually, I was quite glad not to see Portugal on this one. 20 countries with the highest rates of alcoholism. Now, we do drink a lot of booze here in Portugal. However, we seem to have that really... if I take your comment off for a moment, that's going to be a whole lot easier to see all of the memes I'm sharing with you. We do drink a lot of booze here in Portugal, but we seem to drink it in quite a civilized and non-dysfunctional way. I mean... we can ask Raquel and Nuno about that, can't we? But we're not on the top 20 countries with the highest rates of alcoholism, as far as I can see, despite being top 5, I would say, top 3 even, of consumers. Even maybe number 1, aren't we number 1 sometimes, of the highest consumption of wine per head? Wine, different alcoholism. It's a subset, isn't it? So we it would appear the Portuguese, we Portuguese are good at social drinking and not letting it get the better of us, perhaps. Lebanon, number 20. That's interesting as well, isn't it? I wouldn't expect to see the Lebanon in that chart there. But number 1, Hungary, followed by Russia, Belarus, Latvia. It's a Slavic, Eastern European thing, it would appear. But number 6 is the USA. Portugal, nowhere to be seen. Well done, Portugal, on that. And news of, Legends Day at Rock in Rio. On the 27th of June of next year, you'll be able to see Rod Stewart, Cyndi Lauper, and hey, yeah, what's going on? 4 non-blondes playing in Portugal next year. Juntos e Pontapés, GNR, UHF e Taxi. Also on the 27th of June. That's a good lineup, isn't it? Joss Stone as well, the great soul voice of Joss Stone, the great R&B voice of Joss Stone. Sounds like she might be, an 80-year-old American. She's, in fact, a 40-year-old British girl from Devon. I think she must be in her 40s by now, right? And Portuguese band I'm not aware of, Cyro, but they're probably on Antonio F's list of bands as he introduces us to Portuguese music over at the Portugal Club. So Rod, Cyndi, 4 non-blondes, big... international acts coming to Portugal, and favourites, of course, the Rolling Stones of Portugal, Juntos e Pontapés coming. And look at this. Actually, let me save that till last. The ancient universities of Portugal, of all of Europe, in fact. But look at Coimbra goes back to, it's a bit small, that Brent, but 1308, I believe. Lisbon, 1290. Hey, hold on a minute. Isn't Coimbra meant to be the oldest university? Lisbon seems to be pinching that by 18 years there. I'll just let that controversy hang there among academics. And a little thought for the day. I found grace in little things, a shadow, breath, a tree. The more I learned to thank the world, the more it gave to me. Oh, isn't that lovely? And what a lovely intro point to bring Raquel onto the screen. Olá, bom dia, Raquel, tudo bem?
Bom dia. Bom dia.
How are you?
You good? Yeah. Everything okay? Sound good?
You sound fantastic. I think you always have a different microphone setup every time we see you, right? It's working today very nicely.
Yeah. Well, today it's just my cell phone. No, that's it.
It sounds absolutely fine. Isn't it funny? You know, we can go to all this trouble, but our cell phones actually have highly optimized mics, so we're hearing
It
you
is.
loud. So lovely to see you. And I was not moaning exactly. I was sort of highlighting the point that I'm not feeling very festive yet. As far as it comes to the Feliz Natal here, what about you? I'm guessing you're still really busy, and it might be a few days yet before Christmas really kicks in your household.
Well, usually from late November, my oldest one starts bullying me about Christmas. So she starts sending me Christmas songs, and they're like, all of them then gang up against me, forcing me to do all of the Christmas decorations by December the 1st. It just so happens that this year we moved houses. We just moved this weekend to a new house. So everything is boxed up.
Oh
And
my
so,
goodness, Raquel!
yeah,
You say
I
that.
know.
You say that so in your stride. Oh yeah, we just moved house this week.
Nonchalant.
Like nearly a week to go before Christmas, and you've moved house. Well, how's that
Yes.
been?
Well, insane as one would expect, because it supposedly would be on the 1st of December, then it ended up being on the 15th. And then you know how it is. I never know where anything is. And we're 5 plus the dog. So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things to move. But I think all in all, it went really well. Few things broke, like 3 glasses or something like that, which I thought would be amazing. The moving guys are just this humongous, strong, mega Superman that carry. I mean, I have no idea how they do that. I tried to move like the laundry machine, the washer, because they just like were really simply putting it in place. And I was like, oh no, I just wanted it a little bit to this way. And the thing didn't move. It was like cemented on the floor. And I was like, how the hell did these guys move these things?
So, I'm in distress here. Can you move this for me, please? Yes. And they
So
just
a
came
lot
out
of respect
with one hand, presumably. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of respect for them. They did a great job. And this week we're trying to get things out of the boxes. We'll do the Christmas tree by the end of this week, and we'll get it all done.
Very good. That's amazing. Well, lots of happiness to you in your new home.
Thank
to
you.
You and the family. Are you still in the Cascais area?
Yes, we're a little bit above, more to the Serra de Sintra, so Murches. So it's kind of a small village. It
Nice.
still has like the water pumps for like the old villages had. And it still has the main washer where the women used to wash the laundry, like the municipal wash. I don't know how you call that. So it's really has, like, I hear goose in the morning. So there are farms here. So we're really near a natural park that I really want to go with the dog to have the walk. So I think I needed this shift to more of a country, slow living thing.
That sounds lovely, Raquel. Well, let's go with Lavanderia Velia, shall we? The old the old washer. And you didn't need to move your washing machine then. You could have just used that facility, whilst
I told the kids that if they misbehaved, they would have to do all their laundry in the public.
Right. Absolutely. But then that was social media probably back in the day as well, wasn't it? That was where you'd find out what was going on.
And I'm going to find out, because for sure there's like the communal oven where
Mhm.
everybody used to bake their bread, and everybody
Yeah.
had their little stamp that they could mark their bread with, so that it came out of the oven, they knew whose it was. And so it's a great area because it preserved a lot of these little old village things, but it's still in Cascais, so it's pretty amazing.
It sounds wonderful, and I hope that you'll still hear the goose come the 26th of December, because
Well, it's not a turkey, so I don't know.
all right, it could be part of somebody's Christmas preparations, but those are lovely traditional Portuguese sounds. So your
Yeah.
children are doing their best to get you prepared for Christmas. Do you feel prepared yourself? I mean, that's a lot to deal with, moving house and getting ready for Christmas.
No, I have absolutely
No.
no gifts whatsoever.
Oh,
But for the first time in like 10 years or something, the Christmas event, let's say the 24th, is not going to be in my place, of course, because I'm doing a surprise for my sister. I didn't tell her that I would move. And so this year she asked, "Oh, okay, we're going to have Christmas. It could be in my house." And I was like, "Okay."
yes, yes, yes.
So, it takes the weight off a little bit because
Oh,
it's
good for you.
always in my house, and so this way it's a lot less stressful, and I'm just waiting to get everything done to say, "Come over to my house," and then she's over to the other house, and I'm like, "Come here to this new address," and I'll show off the new house.
Oh, what a lovely surprise! Well, that sounds like a good idea, to outsource a lot of the activity. So your sister's going to be taking care of things by the sound of it,
This
and
year has to be.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And you mentioned, you see, the interesting thing is, I want to find out from you and Nuno how we should be preparing. And you described the big event as the 24th, of course. So
Yes.
that's the Cancelada, isn't it? That's the big meal is on the Christmas Eve.
24th, but
Yeah,
the 25 is the 25th is still a very big day for a lot of people as well. So
yeah.
what happens usually is people divide themselves between the families, right? They do the
Mhm.
24th with a part of the family and the 25th with the other part of the family. But it's the 25th, it's mainly for towards the northern area, is more important even than the 24th. So it really depends on the region of the country where you're at. The 24th here in Lisbon is really the night, where you celebrate with all the family and such, and then you open the presents at midnight. And then the 25th is like you eat the leftovers, everybody's hanging with enjoying the new toys,
Yes.
and sometimes they spend all day in pajamas just rocking the new gifts.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Vera, good morning to you. Happy Christmas, Santa people. Do send your picture in on 913590303. Be glad to share that on the screen. Yes, and the 26th, all back to work, Raquel. I'm doing a bit of work experience. I get rotated in for a day a week at a local real estate agency. It's great for my Portuguese, getting involved with the local community. But I looked at the rota. I'm working on the 26th. I don't think I've ever worked on the 26th of December in my whole life. The way that Christmas seems to work in the UK now, if you're lucky, if you're not like a emergency or public a service worker who needs to be on the front line during that period, you would finish on Christmas Eve. Yeah, probably a bit of sort of frenetic activity, shopping, Christmas parties, office parties, having a lot of fun on Christmas Eve. Get home, and then if you're lucky, not back to work again until, if things fall right, the first few days, the second or third possibly of January. But are we done and dusted apart from New Year's Eve here in Portugal by the 26th?
Well, I've always since I started working, my vacation, those 2 weeks off of vacation,
Oh,
because
good. Okay.
my oldest birthday is on the 29th of December, so it was like,
Okay.
but but I've worked even on the 24th. A lot of people work on the 24th until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And the 26th is a completely normal day. Unless you're on holidays, you're working until the 31st. And a lot of people, again, work on the 31st
Yeah.
until very late.
Right. Right. Okay. And then they go and party and then have the first off to recover from
off,
that.
and then the second they crawl back in whatever
Well,
the condition they're at.
you've
Yeah,
got to eat
but
12 grapes, haven't
you,
you? You need to recover from eating 12 grapes the night before.
yeah, but yeah, so in whatever form. But but the thing is, there's a lot of people that take vacation, of course, days on this part of the year because the kids are off from school, so somebody has to be with the kids. And so a lot of people are on vacation. But again, there's a lot of people working, and my work, for instance, never stops. So I'm gonna have to try to balance it all as I usually do, and getting quite unsuccessful at doing so. But it is what it is.
It will come together, won't it? And because that's the other thing, you've moved house, and Christmas is coming, but you've also been going at it pedal to the metal with Lighthouse Consulting and the new in real life Portuguese culture course, right?
Oh yeah,
How
yeah.
is how's that going?
Well, that's very exciting because it's the first time that I'm actually selling tickets. So someone's going to pay to be there for my talk. And that is something that I'd like to do in the future. I really like to do talks. I think everybody's really engaging. Everybody has a lot of fun. I think I can make it, quite interesting in the sense of sharing a lot of things that are unusual, that people don't really think about, that people don't talk about. And so there are a lot of little gems that I always share. And this is like a step into the future. This is like me testing the waters, if this is something that I could do in the future, because I really like to do that. And it's going to be on the January the 13th. I'm still looking at the venue. It's almost set, but it's late afternoon. But again, I mean, if 4 people show up, I'm good, it's fine. It's a test. The other talks that I gave, usually a lot of people, more than 100 people show up. But of course, this is the first paid event. Everybody shows up when they're not paying, right? So let me see. What I'd like to see is this type of consultancy. If I could do this type of consultancy more in a in-person talk kind of show, kind of gig, to a lot more people, that could be more engaging and more towards the cultural part of Portugal, those little things that people don't explain. Why do you say bon dia before having lunch, whatever time you've had lunch at, and then good afternoon once you've had lunch? And why is that, the weirdest time of the day where we're asking people, have you had lunch yet?
In
You
code.
know,
Yes.
those little pearls that, or why do we, on the beach we always get on top of each other, or so many things that I like to talk about. And then the good and the bad, the good and the bad. The good, I mean, the good is I've talked to a lot of people, and I found out that there's not a lot of countries where if you're in line in supermarket, someone will look at you, and if you only have like 2 or 3 things, they'll immediately say, you can go ahead and pass me on, and go ahead. And I thought this was something normal. It's not.
Yes.
As I found out, this doesn't happen in a lot of countries. Or
Not
if you're at a
necessarily,
bus
no.
stop, everybody, all the men let the women get in first. And I thought this was normal as well. It's not. So apparently this doesn't happen in a lot of countries. And these are the exquisite little, gems that make Portugal what it is, that I think really make me proud as a Portuguese to be showing off my country. And then also, of course, helping people integrate more, because I feel that there's a difficulty of integration with the expats here. And so I really want to help them integrate, tell them how they can do this. It really helps to speak a little, just some words in Portuguese. It really helps. The good morning, the good afternoon. Maybe people are not used to doing this when they enter a shop, when they get someplace. Here, even walking in the street, everybody says bon dia and boa tarde. Walking on the street, if you cross someone, if you go by
Raquel,
someone.
there's somebody here watching this morning who I saw at the weekend, and when they first arrived in Portugal, they were hearing bon dia, and they assumed because of the culture that they come from, the person wasn't talking to them. And
Yeah.
I was laughing and saying they probably think you're the deaf Englishman who doesn't, because he was the only other person there. So they must have been talking to him, but it didn't compute culturally. That like, why is that
See,
stranger just saying bon dia? And now it's
see,
the message has sunk in. Bon dia, bon dia. You just say it as you're going about the place. So I thought that was a lovely little insight into exactly what you're talking about.
but those are and I have hundreds of those little pearls, and those things help people integrate.
Yeah.
If that person had known that everybody here says bon dia, look at how lovely it would be. It would be almost an excuse to talk right over there, like a conversation. Oh, hi, bon dia, bon dia. Oh, I didn't know that I didn't know how to say bon dia, or it's such an icebreaker sometimes that I think it was a lot of times. And when I say these things, then my clients and my people actually use these things in real life, and then
Yeah.
they tell me the results, and the
It's
results are
beautiful.
hilarious
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Of course they are. Of course, you're right. It's a beautiful icebreaker, and in Portugal, I would say as well, it's a way of talking. Is a way of saying I don't want to talk as well. So the grumpy old men of my town, if I say bon dia to them proactively, and they don't want to talk, they just will say, "Yep." But they will, but there will be that connection. But you get the measure, don't you? Whether it's a full on "Bon dia, tudo bem," and an outward, effusive expression, or just a "Yep," and they walk by.
Isn't that wonderful, Carl?
There's a
That
lot
that
in there.
everybody
There's a lot of
shares what
information.
they
Yeah,
what
well,
they're
you know how
feeling inside.
David Attenborough could analyze this. Say, here they are, the native Portuguese meeting a foreigner, and there will be this. There's an incredible show, a connection, and you can decode the bon dia tudo bem, depending on how complex and loud it is. You can tell who they are in the pecking order of their town. I think there's a lot of information in all of that. Mel thinks Raquel's culture posts are amazing and her talks sound great. Actually,
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to. You've got me excited about this. Actually, has Raquel thought of contacting the local Centro Qualifica centres to promote that talk to those in free government language courses? I think your approach, or I think the country and this whole integration matter would benefit from your approach. Make it a bit more off the page and less like school. But anyway, that's a personal view. Let's bring Nuno on to talk about this as well, because I'm sure he'll have something to say about it, and we'll find out where he is in his Christmas preparations this morning. And I also want to find out what both of you thought of 25 and what you're hoping for from 2026. So stay tuned for that, folks. Let's bring Nuno onto the screen. Here he is.
Hello, good evening,
Olá,
everyone.
bom dia, tudo bem?
Bom dia, bom dia. Olá, Raquel. Hi, Carl.
Hello,
How
Nuno.
you doing, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's your Christmas preparation going? Are you someone who's going to leave it till the 24th, or is everything in all your ducks in a row already?
Okay, so my preparation is to leave Portugal for,
Oh, okay.
for some time. Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly, I was planned to depart tomorrow because my oldest daughter, she cannot travel by now.
Okay.
So, and she's living in Luxembourg, so we'll be celebrating Christmas time, and New Year's Eve, and so on in there in Luxembourg. So I was planning to leave tomorrow from Lisbon, but I don't know.
You got a
Yeah,
few things
honestly.
to take care of. Okay, I get it. Yes.
Honestly, so yeah. So my Christmas this year will be different from any past.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I know that something will be in the table for sure will be the filhós de abóbora e laranja e cenoura.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure. This
Now,
is something
a deep
because I
fried.
made them.
Are you making them?
Yeah, I'm going to make them every year. I make.
Oh, okay. So that was a pumpkin and orange flavored kind of deep fried donutty type thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
And
very
then
good.
with cinnamon, sugar,
Oh,
of course,
obviously, yeah.
and a pint of aguardiente just to give the taste.
Oh my goodness, that's the taste of
Oh,
Christmas
não
Forty
morning.
faz isso
flavor.
para fora. Não faz isso para fora. Não aceitas encomendas.
No, no, no. É um
Are you
ciclo.
taking orders?
Yes.
It's a very close circle.
Oh, okay. We know where we stand in that circle, I think, or not, as the case may be, Raquel. Fair enough.
Okay.
Family owned.
Well, if you want to
Okay.
Luxembourg, you can join.
What do they do in Luxembourg for Christmas? What's a Luxembourgian Christmas like? Or is this the first one?
Yes, it will be the first
Ah,
one. But
yeah.
I know that there I will find everything that I want.
Yeah,
My
lots
daughters.
of Portuguese in
No, no, no,
Luxembourg.
no. My daughters.
Oh, that's all you
It's
need. That's all you need.
everything that you need. Everything
Yeah,
that you need.
absolutely. But I think you're not going to be far from a bacalhau in Luxembourg, are you?
No, no idea because they are vegan, so I have no idea what they are thinking of.
Oh, I see your daughters, not the Luxembourgians. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, okay. I thought for a
I
minute
don't know.
an entirely vegan country that would be quite something, wouldn't it? Okay, well, yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Portuguese celebrating Christmas alongside you or near you, not far away in Luxembourg. So have a great time there, Nuno. That sounds lovely. When you finally get there, taking care of all your business things, I'm sure, hastily trying to do that before you go. How has and this is for both of you. Maybe we'll start with you, Nuno. How has 25 been for you, business wise, and for the country? And what are your hopes for 2026?
Okay, so business-wise was good as the previous one.
Yep.
But with a lot of challenges, and our main trouble is to seek people with the same mindset.
Okay.
Yeah, with our mindset, this is the point. It's
In
fine.
business, is this in business that you're talking
Yeah,
about?
in
Right.
business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So this
So
is
to work with, right?
sorry.
To work with.
Yeah, to work with. So this is our big trouble. It's to find the accurate people, honestly. So we had some luck this year on finding some people that I really bet on them, and I know that are for the future. But it's our main constraint, and we are hiring, and it's always a nightmare hiring people.
Right.
So
Yeah.
besides that, personally, it has been also a good year. But either with the business or the personal life, I'm not surprised. So
Very
everything
good.
is going on the track.
Yes. Okay, so I think some positive thinking and law of attraction going on there with Nuno,
Could be.
and the maverick of the business and insurance world as well. I'm glad your plans are unfolding beautifully. And for the new year, Nuno, so more of the same presumably for 2026.
Yes, more of the same. I'm trying to understand and I'm trying to improve better. I'm trying to improve and escalate the business with AI stuff. Okay, but always anchored on the personal approach.
Yeah, good.
Always. So I believe that technology allow us to escalate the business, but what give us the understanding and the bond with the customers is the personal approach. So
Yes. Very good. Glad to hear that. So you are embracing AI, not afraid of it, as some people are. I mean, you're seeing a good use case for AI in the insurance business.
It's a lost fight. If someone tried to avoid it, it's a lost fight. So
Too late.
Yeah. I think it's too late, honestly.
Yes.
So it's here, and we are realizing the ones that are trying and using it. that it's very useful, but we need to be always on the command. So
Yeah.
checking for the results, and so it's very interesting, a very interesting technology. Yeah.
Yeah, and perhaps it does need to be approached with imagination and curiosity rather than fear and dread.
Yeah.
Loathing.
Yes. It's about
Yeah,
that. It's about
yeah,
that. So it's very useful, but we need to check the outcomes, and
yeah.
yeah, check the results.
Very well. I'm really glad. It sounds like you've had a good year. Mel saying Feliz Natal to Nuno and Raquel. Love their contributions this year. It's always great having you both on the show. Our Portuguese BFFs, our insight into Portuguese culture, keeping us on the straight and narrow, as it were. Raquel, as we were talking about AI, there, did I see you slightly lean back? How are you feeling about AI in your business? It's very much a people business, yours, isn't it?
Yes, the trouble is all of the backstage work that has to be done. So, for instance, I am probably one of the persons that uses more AI that I know. I use AI to schedule, do the content, plan newsletters, even talks, uh, all of it. I use AI. Um, I use AI a lot to structure things, to like big projects. I use AI to structure things, um, to have strategy, to strategize, because it's like a tennis game. It can give you food for thought, and
Yeah.
you can feed it for other ideas. So being a one well, I'm not a one woman show now because I have a team with me, but that team is backed up with work that is being done by AI. So scheduling content, uh, like just a little example of something that saved my life and is completely based on AI. There's this software that I upload a video. It can be a longer format video or a smaller, longer format video, and it automatically cuts into, uh, let's say, bite-sized pieces
Yeah.
ranked by variability, uh, rank, let's say, and then it blows it all to all of my social media: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. Automatically, I can bulk schedule everything. It does all of the copy, all of the hashtags, all of everything. The time that this used to consume in my day, in my week, was insane.
I bet.
Another thing, editing, podcast editing. I used to spend like a whole afternoon editing a podcast. Nowadays, I do two or three things, two or three commands, and it edits everything the way that I want it, and I don't even bother anymore. I don't even check it. Sometimes there's mistakes, but I don't even check it anymore. So it takes the burden a lot out of things that didn't really need my input, but needed to be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use it a whole lot.
Sounds great, and there's going to be more of that in the new year. And it sounds also like with Nuno and Winsurance, you're striking a balance, best of both worlds. Use AI where you can, to take some of the grind and where you don't need a lot of human effort necessarily. Let the machines do what they're good at, and then focus on the personal stuff with your precious time in these events. Excellent, and it's been a good year, Raquel. I mean, it was lovely to talk to you last time about. I met someone independently of you who said they'd worked with you. There are these lovely connections. You've helped so many people in the last, what, 2 or 3 years now, haven't you? Set up businesses, get established here in Portugal. So that it's been a good year from that point of view.
Yeah, I'm getting to this place now where I'm really thankful for the position that I'm in. whenever I meet, I had a wedding the other day with former colleagues of the bank, and I was like, oh my God, my life is like a million miles away from this ancient reality that I used to have.
Yeah.
Not only in terms of quality of time, but the enjoyment that I have doing what I do. It's amazing, and it's such a difference. And I liked what I did, mind you, I liked what I did, but it's a different thing. Now I love what I do, and it's
Fantastic.
really, to see the difference in the people's lives. That is such a purpose, and it's kind of a mission for me in life now,
Yeah.
right? And when you have this sense of purpose of really helping, and I know that that when people have me by their side, it, you know things can happen, but they're safe with me.
Yeah.
And to be able to provide that is such a mission and purpose in life, that is, one of those quadrants that you need in life to be for the longevity and for health reasons, and all of
Mm,
that is have a
absolutely.
purpose in life. I
Yeah.
think I found mine,
Oh, that's what a
professionally.
lovely thing to hear. What a
And
lovely
so
thing.
this is the most amazing thing. I mean, that I after 3 years and a half, I'm finally at a place where everything is lined up, and I'm doing what I like. I'm doing my mission, and now I'm trying to do it the way that I really enjoy it, which is through the talks and humor and all of that.
Great.
So,
And you had the courage to do that as well, of course. And presumably in a banking environment, the more corporate banking gets, the harder it is to have a sense that you're actually affecting people's lives. You're quite
oh
remote, aren't you, from the customer.
no, it's
Whereas,
completely disconnected. Completely
yeah,
disconnected. It's numbers, completely disconnected, and it's something that I really knew at the time. I knew that I missed this. I knew that
yeah,
this was something that was missing, but I
yeah.
never knew how much this would complete me now that I have it.
I love hearing that. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we certainly, me and Mrs. Emmerich, are recipients of your great work in starting and helping companies grow. So more of the same then, Raquel, for 2026, presumably.
Yes, with this turn of trying to do more paid events and paid talks and do more like live shows like that. And
Yeah.
this is the Portugal Culture Immersion Program live, but I intend to have the Portugal Culture Immersion Program on my website for sale. So like 3 sessions, or filmed properly, edited properly by a professional, but so that people that are not here, the people that cannot come to my events, can also have this content. This needs to be shared, so even people that are thinking about coming over, if is Portugal the right fit, will I like Portugal, they need to know what Portugal is about. So this is the program that I'm doing live as a test, but I will have online for sale.
If we can help as a community at all, do let us know. I mean, when you were talking before, I was thinking this event could, and you probably thought of this, and tell me to shut up if I'm ruining any plans. But these events could have a language element. You could have a number of speakers. You could learn. You could go away learning a few key phrases. You could try some Portuguese food. You could even hear some Portuguese music in the evening and have a party. This could be an
Yes,
afternoon and evening event, couldn't it? All around the country, where
yeah,
it's not so much about moving; it's about integrating, isn't it? And so you're right.
exactly.
People who are considering the move could come along and find out what they're going to be dealing with. But actually, for people who are here, that's a little bit of can be a sort of tumbleweed space, can't it? Of like, now what? And you're stepping into that and helping people. And I think that it'd be great if I was going to say it would be good if the government did get involved, but maybe not. Hey, we'll keep it separate from the government.
I mean, I don't know, but you just gave me the great idea to go on tour on the country and do something like this, because I'm always here in Cascais. I never want to go anywhere, but maybe doing a tour is a good idea. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you would find hosts like me in localities if you wanted to come and do a Silver Coast afternoon and evening. We could tie it in with one of our wine tasting and karaoke nights, and people could come and
Mm,
stay.
Well,
That's part of it, isn't it? I mean, coming to see you, presumably for the Qashqai's-based one, they can stay over for the night and enjoy and learn more about the area as well. A little bit of a
of
tour of
course,
the area.
of
Fantastic.
course, of course. That's the
Fantastic.
idea. I mean, I am hoping that more than 10 people show up. By now I'm like just praying that I'm not the only one in that room. But it's a start, and if that happens, I'll have to deal with it and continue and pursue. And it is what it is. But I think there's so many interest online, and when it's not a big event, I had more than 120 people looking at me.
Yeah.
So there's interest there.
It
I
is a
just have
matter of
to now shift it to something that I can make a business out of.
yeah. I've no question that it's a great idea and could work. It is just about, I guess, doing the first few, getting into the rhythm, and having a very sort of relatable commodity idea that people can come to,
Yeah.
and keep slotting into them in a regular diary of these events, and go on tour as well. Fantastic. We're coming up to 9 o'clock, and Vera did send us some lovely pictures that we must share with you now. We need to find out where we are, I think, with these pictures. There's a big Santa is a clue. I'm not recognizing it yet. Are you, Nuno or Raquel? I don't recognize this.
No idea.
No idea.
Big Santas, that could be one of the streets of the town I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think we know where we are now, don't we?
No.
Biggest Santa in Portugal? Probably Europe? No?
No. No.
Okay. I think it's Agada. I think it's Agada. That's the giveaway picture there. That's possibly one of the streets of Agada. I might be entirely wrong. Let us know, Vera, if you're still watching. And some obviously, is that your house now that we're in, Vera, with your Alianza Aguardente there? These are maybe your supplies for Christmas. I'm thinking it's Agada. Don't worry, Vera. This wasn't one of the pictures you sent me. That's from Coach Turner, a grandchild.
He's having a surprise.
What a lovely Santa surprise that is! Grandchild number 10 for the Turner clan there. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us, Coach. Much appreciated. Wonderful. Well, as Mel said, your contributions to the show, to the community, are fabulous and have been all year and the year before. Our friendship grows. Thank you so much, both of you. To you, Raquel, to you, Nuno. Feliz Ano Novo, Bom Ano Novo, and Feliz Natal, of course, and have a wonderful time with your families. And lots of love and happiness to you, Raquel, in your new home as well.
Thank you. You too, guys. I'm very thankful to have you both in my life. This is always such a pleasurable start of my Wednesdays. Thank you so much.
Oh, wonderful. You know how we finish when we're together here. Just a quick last word from both of you. Might be something to do with the new year. Might be a message for humanity and a call for world peace. Who knows? Ladies first.
Well, I'm into visualizing and manifesting and journaling and vision boards. So it's worked for me. Think about what you want in life. Take that first step. Do a vision board if you have to. Go for it. 2026 is going to be your year.
Woohoo! Thank you, Raquel. Nuno.
Oh, a lot to say and difficult to express in just one word. But center in yourself and evaluate what is avoiding you to be happier that we are, because sometimes we are touching too many instruments and we are not focused.
Oh,
yeah. And so focus is the word.
Focus for 2026 on what you want and how that live your dreams and take a focused approach. Loving the personal development vibes this morning.
Be conscious.
Say that again, Nuno.
Be conscious. Conscious.
My goodness.
Consciousness.
I think we've got everything we need for 2026 just out of you two this morning. Thank you very much for your messages. Thank you so much for being here this year.
Thank you.
We'll see you again in 2026. I'll be live from the Algarve in the morning.
Perfect.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Ciao.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need